Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here, and it's been quite some time since we've actually done a video. That's me talking to you guys. This is gonna be my review for Quiet Place Part 2. I know I'm very, very late. I'm over a month late. But, I needed to do a video, and I gotta do something, or else I'll start losing, supporters. So if you haven't seen A Quiet Place Part 2, this review is going to contain some spoilers, because we are going to get right on into the thick of it. Um, we're not going to start with the beginning. I'll get into the beginning a little bit later. But, this film is very intense, We are pretty much right on the heels of the end of the first film with Emily Blunt, Noah Jupe, and Millicent Simmons' character. They're leaving the house. They basically have no home now. They're on the road walking, and they have the child, the not Grogu, the baby that was born at the end of the last film, the first film. Um, and things are not exactly going the greatest because they trip a trap with some cans, and the monsters coming with the super awesome design. I love the design of the monsters for these films. That's one thing I've always loved. I forget what they're called. Let me know in the comments down below. What are the monsters called? I honestly forget. But things are already hard with them being on the road and avoiding just rustling leaves. But they trip these cans, and all of a sudden, Noah Jupe's character gets his leg in a bear trap. Dude, I saw this in theaters, by the way, about a month ago with friends. Dude, it was so loud. It was so loud and it was so unexpected. I myself was screaming internally for this kid, man, because he sold that pain off very well. But after they deal with getting him out of that trap, they run into easily my favorite part of this film, which is, of course, Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy is awesome in this movie. I've never personally seen him in anything. I know he's in Peaky Blinders. Um, that's about the only thing I know him from, or I know that he's in. But dude, I'm all for watching more Cillian Murphy because his character Emmett is very. I'm not gonna say likable because for the first part of his character, it's like kind of he's closed off. He doesn't really want to help the Abbott family, but eventually he does, decide I'm going to help them with their endeavors and helping find the daughter because Millicent Simmons' character, she goes off on her own. This is very much her movie. Uh, it's basically about the kids and Cillian Murphy. I'm gonna say right now, and I'm sorry for Emily Blunt because you're an incredible actress, but you just weren't given anything to do in this movie. Her character doesn't do hardly anything, but Cillian Murphy was getting it done. He was getting it done. Now I want to jump back to the beginning, where of course we get John Krasinski. love John Krasinski. Awesome dude. Um, these first 10 minutes of the film are absolutely incredible. It's got to be one of my most favorite introductions to a horror movie within the last few years, anyway, where we get to see the start of the aliens coming down, because yes, of course, it is confirmed that these are aliens, and we get to see some people getting flung around, getting slashed, and pushed through windows, and hit up against cars and everything, and then we don't get any gory deaths in this film. The goriest thing probably is the leg being trapped in the bear trap. That was one thing I hope they improve on for part 3, because we are getting a part 3. I want there to be more gore. Can we get it rated R, Quiet Place Part 3? I'd really love that. But yeah, the introduction, absolutely incredible. Especially when the phone rings in the shop and the monsters bust through, man. Oh, gosh, that was nothing better. But like I said, Millicent Simmons definitely is the main focus of the film, as she is trying to be the kind of person her father would want her to be a survivor and be able to handle certain things on her own. She's trying to figure out where these radio frequencies are coming from because there's the same song playing on a loop over and over, and she starts hearing it, and she goes on an adventure to find out where the sound is coming from. So that's when Cillian Murphy joins her on that journey, and they run into some very unneighborly people, and of course some monsters along the way, and they deal with them. It was super creepy though. They're on a dock at night, and this little girl's there, and then Cillian Murphy gets jumped by the little girl and this group of survivors that have just become savages. And oh man, that was a very, very intense part. But they do actually they actually do reach a safe place. It's an island. Uh, but unfortunately for them, a monster, ironically, which I still say is such a coincidence that this monster shows up right as Cillian Murphy and Millicent Simmons' character show up there. But I don't know. You would think after all these years of these people being on this island, a boat or two would float over, but no. It's on the night that Cillian Murphy and Millicent Simmons' character show up there. That's when the boat drifts over, and it's weird because the boat got there overnight, and then the monster just chooses in the morning. It's like, oh hey, there's people. Let me attack, which leads to probably my first or second favorite scene of the film, next to the opening, where Cillian Murphy is like, get inside, and there's people all around because they don't know that there's a monster there yet, so they're just standing around. And they're like, what is he doing? And then he's like, get inside, run, go now. And then the monster just starts running out there and just starts taking swipes at people, swiping this person, slashing that person, throwing them around. Really, really good cinematography and camera work in this film. That's another thing I'm a fan of for these for John Krasinski's films. But they actually do get these two kids to safety, and then they try and lead the monsters away. Unfortunately, the guy that was helping them, I forget the actor's name, but he's in Captain Marvel and a few other things, a few other good movies. But he gets killed. He gets dragged under this door and just gets torn up by a monster, which was kind of dumb because he could have easily made it to safety. But we'll get to that. I don't know, another time. I don't know. I might, depending on how many people are actually like negative about this film, I might do an Like That Movie. Not because Media Dumpster. Not because I hate it, once again, just because people might not like it that much. But Noah Jupe's character and Millicent Simmons' character do rise to the occasion by the end. Noah Jupe turns on the radio, which at the same time Millicent Simmons gets the radio broadcast on there, and she slams her little hearing aid thing on the mic like she did in the first film, and that weakens the monsters, as we've already discovered. Noah Jupe takes the shot, kills the monster, and Millicent Simmons' character, she takes it was like a crowbar type thing, or like a dagger, blade, and cuts up the monster. That was a sick part. And Cillian Murphy survives. I was so happy about that. I was very worried that he wouldn't actually survive this film. The whole time I was on the edge of my seat, I was like, no, Cillian, no. Oh gosh, I tell you, it was a blast seeing all of my friends because the theater was, oh man, it was so nice being back in the theater without having to wear a mask and everything, because this was my first theater experience since September of last year, when I saw Tenet. And I don't know, it's just great to be back in theaters, and I hope I get to see Black Widow, or I might see, even though I'm kind of dreading it, Space Jam 2. I'll be sure to give you guys reviews for those, and I'll be back to talk about a few more films, like maybe Nobody or Spiral from the Book of Saw. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of Quiet Place Part 2. Let me know what you thought of all the characters. Do you think Emily Blunt could have done more? I definitely think so. Also, Noah Jupe's character, you could have easily avoided that monster attack, mate, if you didn't go looking for Cillian Murphy's dead wife, but whatever. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Good to be back reviewing films. Take care, and goodbye.